After back-to-back weeks on the road, the Idaho State Bengals were back in the friendly confines of Holt Arena for a Big Sky showdown against Weber State. The last time the Bengals were at home, they made a magical comeback against Eastern Washington, and they were looking to make more magic happen against the Wildcats. Well, thank you, Eric. In high school hoops tonight, we have the Civil War on the basketball court with a big-time matchup between Bonneville and Hillcrest. The Knights come into tonight riding high after a three-point win on Tuesday against Preston and are out to prove why they are the favorites for a three-peat in 4A. It was a special day for the Hawkins family in Pocatello, with Dan Hawkins of the UC Davis Aggies facing his son Cody Hawkins and his Idaho State Bengals. The Hawkins Bowl is the first matchup between father and son head coaches in Big Sky football history. Let's see who will be the top dog in the family in Idaho State's last home game of the season. It has been a long season on the road for the Idaho State softball team. The Bengals have played their entire season away from Miller Ranch Stadium, and despite no home games, the Bengals are right around 500, with a chance on Sunday to get back over 500 and give the ISU fans their first and final home wins of the season. The Preston boys come into tonight winners of 8 of their last 9 games, while the Highland Rams are 3-3 in their last 6, which is on par with their 8-8 record on the season. Both teams faced off tonight at the Pit. If you like seeing runs scored, you may want to check out an Idaho Falls Chuckers baseball game this season. In the last 2 nights, the Chuckers lost on Friday night 18-17 and won on Saturday night 21-13. Today's matchup with the Missoula Paddleheads had yet another result you'll have to see to believe. After beginning their season with a victory against Warner Pacific at the Mountain America Center, the Idaho State Bengals were back in Idaho Falls tonight for their second ever game at the venue, and boy was it a good one, taking on Omaha in what would be an instant classic. It's been a strong start to the season for the Snake River Panthers. The Panthers come in tonight with a 9-2 record, including wins in 6 straight games. Snake River was looking to make a statement tonight in 3A hoops, facing off with 2A foe Bear Lake. Down 41-14 late in the third quarter is a feeling Idaho State Bengals fans know all too well. But on Saturday, that sad state transformed into pure joy, with the Bengals pulling off one of the most memorable comebacks in program history. Here's the full recap from Holt Arena. It would be an uphill battle for the Bengals from the jump. Kakoa Vesperas throws a strike to Efton Chisholm III for the game's first points. Later in the first, Tuna Altier takes it himself for the 8-yard touchdown and a double-digit lead. And to start the second, Michael Wortham makes a man miss and barrels his way across the pylon to make it 21-zip Eagles. The Bengals respond right back down the field, capped off with an electric 38-yard touchdown run by Sojan Nasu. But Eastern Washington was unfazed. Vesperas finds Chisholm III in the corner once again for an Eagle touchdown. And then he throws his third TD through the air in the first half, finding Miles Williams with miles of space to make it 35-7 Eagles. Hunter Hayes closes the first half with the touchdown pass to Shaden James to make it a 21-point game. And after a pair of field goals to make it 41-14, the Bengals would need to play perfect down the stretch. And they did just that. Jordan Cook has his man Cyrus Wallace one-on-one. And Wallace is just too big and strong, coming down with a touchdown grab. A few minutes later, Nasu brings the Bengals even closer with his second touchdown of the game on the ground. With under 4 minutes to go, Cook finds Aaron Blancas across the middle, and he does the rest, breaking free from the defense for a 25-yard touchdown to make it just a 6-point game. And with a chance to make history, the kicker Thomas Kopcho would come up clutch, placing it in the perfect position right in the hands of Tyler Bohannon for the recovery. The Bengals now with the ball, and on 4th and 9, Cook keeps ISU alive with the strike to Christian Fredrickson down to the 1-yard line, leading the way for Hunter Hayes to walk in untouched and into the end zone to help give Idaho State their first lead of the game. But there was still time left on the clock, and the Eagles weren't wasting any time. Vesperas scrambles to his right and throws it to Nolan Ulm along the sideline to put the Eagles in great field goal position. But the game-winning kick would be no good from 38 yards out. Idaho State makes history this weekend in Holt Arena with a magical win over Eastern Washington, 42-41. Rams quarterback Drew Hymas warming up before the big game, but it would be the Vikings' air attack that would strike first. Joseph Hagel gets it in the flats and fires it deep downfield on the double pass to a wide-open Kai Wheeler, who uses his wheels to give Coeur d'Alene a 7-0 lead. The Rams respond right back on their next drive with Hymas finding Jackson Riddle, who walks in for 6 to tie the game. Highlands offense would continue to be hot. Hymas delivers a dime to Ridge Barella, who takes it right in stride into the end zone to give the Rams their first lead. But that lead would be short-lived. Owen Harris caps off a Viking drive, taking it up the middle to tie the game at the half. Coeur d'Alene would come right back out of halftime, ready for more. Harris's name is called once again near the goal line, and he comes up clutch again, giving the Vikings a 21-14 lead. But the Rams would get it rolling once again. Kai Callan comes up with an incredible catch near the 5-yard line. On the next play, Hymas fakes the handoff and makes a nice cut up the middle for a Highland touchdown. We are tied at 21, and the Rams would capitalize on their momentum. Riddle breaks a tackle and tiptoes down the sideline and into the end zone to give Highland a 7-point lead. The shootout wouldn't stop there. Harris breaks free from the defense and pounds it inside for 6 to make it 28-all in the 4th. Now Hymas leads the Rams right back down the field. Using his legs, and shows off the speed, racing into the end zone to make it 35-28 Highland with a few minutes to go. Needing one last stop to close this one out, Zarek Eunice stepped up to make it happen, coming up with an interception to wrap this one up. The Highland Rams are your 5A state champs with a 35-28 victory over Coeur d'Alene. This weekend, the Special Olympics took center stage at Bonneville High School for these remarkable athletes. It's a chance for them to showcase their talents and, more importantly, an opportunity to compete. And as you're about to see, they are an inspiration to us all.
Good job,
What an incredible day it was in Idaho Falls, with athletes from all over the area competing in the regional competition for the Special Olympics. We saw some thrilling performances on the track, including from Cody Lax, who didn't let a wheelchair stop him from crossing the finish line.
They don't look at me in a wheelchair. I can be a different person.
On the gridiron, we had teams from Pocatello and from Burley making plays all over the field, dropping some dimes and delivering some smiles. I asked the teams what's their favorite part about flag football.
Pulling the flags.
Teamwork.
Teamwork too.
Yeah, the good teamwork we have.
Over on the bike path, we saw some serious speed and some serious commitment, with the crowd cheering them on. Every lap around the track felt very special.
My favorite part was the competing against other athletes who are as good as we are.
We're thankful for these things and bless this Idaho very much, how grateful we are to have this in our life.
And on the hardwood, we had buckets. Buckets. And more buckets.
It's invigorating.
Exhausting.
I mean, I'm having fun with it now, so no words to complain.
Even a wheelchair didn't stop and made shot. What is your favorite part about being here today?
Shoot the ball.
And what's your favorite part about basketball?
T-Rex.
And not only did these guys and girls win a ribbon, they got to show off their wonderful personalities.
I want to thank everybody around the world. And so I love you guys very much, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Mostly when I get to do the 50 and the 400 because afterwards I can just go home and just pass out.
But what warms my heart the most is to see these athletes persevere and never give up.
People say people are supposed to you do anything, but look at all these people here doing stuff.
Treating them as everyone else is the most important part, and having having high schoolers here, middle schoolers here, and even older adults just kind of seeing the joy that it brings them. It's awesome.
A lot of people look at these people and say they have a disability. That's not true. They have a lot of abilities, and these games allow them to show the abilities that they have.
Idaho Falls Panthers!
Special Olympics! Woo!
Now these superstars' journeys are just getting started, with the state competition set to take place June 7th and 8th in Caldwell. We wish them luck to take home the gold. When you watch a Skyline girls game, you will hear the name Shippen over and over. Kaisa, a senior, and Shea, a junior, led the Grizzlies to a win over Blackfoot this past weekend to make it back to Boise, trying to make it to their second title game in 3 seasons. Both girls say their games have come a long way since they started at Skyline.
When I was a freshman, it was kind of a lot harder to have confidence in myself. I was scared that I was going to mess up, but I've grown so much as a player and as a person.
It has evolved a lot. There's been ups and downs in my games, but every day just getting better.
And through their hard work, they are both expected to play at the next level. Kaisa is signed to play at the College of Southern Idaho, while Shea is still being heavily recruited by multiple schools.
I would describe her game as tough. Like, she plays so hard. In practices, she's fighting everybody. Like, she wants to make everyone better.
My sister, she's a sniper. She's a shooter. She's so fun to play with. She brings a lot of energy. And you need those teammates on the court that, like, when it's down, she's there to uplift you.
It will be a bittersweet weekend for the two sisters, with it being the last time they will get to play as teammates. Shea says it will be a storybook ending to go out on top with her sister.
It would mean the world. It would mean the world. I'm so grateful that I've been able to get to play with her for 3 years. It's like an experience that most people don't get. And so to win a state championship with her would be a dream come true.
But before making any guarantees, they know they face some stiff competition in 4A and are ready for the challenge.
It's going to take hard work, and it's going to take our team to play together and to fight together and to play with nothing to lose.
It's going to take some hard work. We got to lock in. This week's a big week. And, you know, we'll get the job done. And hopefully we'll be holding a trophy by the end of Saturday.